everybody, welcome back. It's Laura at Hyperstamper. Today's junk journal is pretty special. This is actually a commissioned journal, and it's one that's somewhat like journals I've made in the past, but also nothing like I've ever made before. So this wonderful woman who's bought quite a few of my journals asked if I could specifically use this book. She saw it on my antique book road trip haul, and she asked if I could make it a plain journal inside with blank pages so that she can add her own pages of 10 women that she feels like are heroines to her and in her life. I was happy to do it. I thought it would be super easy just to add a whole bunch of antique pages blank, and it was not, but I had so much fun making it. It was really a good challenge, and I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Down the side here, I've put all these vintage chains here, gold tone to match the beautiful gold tones here. And I've got the debossed gold original title here, Heroines. And this is from a vintage cufflink. It's actually topaz in there. And then we've got this beautiful spine. Look at that with the inkwell and the feather pen and quill. And then I put this on the back because somebody along the years had ripped a hole in the back. So I covered it using one of these antique library plates. So I will now take you on a little journey inside, and you can see what we came up with for this wonderful person. So this is a book from 1913, and this is the original library plate, sort of like this, but 112 years ago. And then the original first page here, which is ready to come out, so I'm going to let her choose whether she wants to take that out herself or leave it and maybe glue it down, but I didn't glue it just in case she wants it out. The original first page there, and then look at this beautiful old postcard. It's a little bit beat up, but I love it because it's really hard to find women, and because this is a woman themed journal, I just thought this was perfect. It's very early. It's from 1911. And look at that. Isn't she spectacular? I love it so much. And I have this very delicate, beautiful vintage embroidered hanky. Isn't that special? I love it so much. And I've had it for a long time, and now it belongs in here because it's so feminine and dainty. I got this from a 1927 catalog, and then this is from a 1951 yearbook. And it's the Women's Glee Club. Look at how awesome is that? I just love it so much. So lots of pajama party things, lots of fun women's stuff in there that I think she's really going to enjoy. And then again, lots of blank pages, but I trimmed them up with a lot of lace. This here is vintage or antique tatting edging there. That's from 1927. I made all the flowers out of antique papers. Got lace up here. This is from 1930s scrapbook. Blank pages here. All these pages, except for a few tea-dyed pages that look like this, are all antique paper, which I have a stack of, but it's hard to find it completely blank, so I got lucky here. Look at this beautiful image of the women here and here. This is from 1933, just so pretty. And this is the back card of a sales receipt book. And then this here, another famous lady, Mary, Queen of Scots. She can journal on the back of that, and she can move them around. I didn't adhere those kinds of pieces all the way through. And then this is Betsy Ross and a baking receipt from 1953. And then there's a beautiful woman here, and she can flip that over, and there's journaling on the back here. We've got some more vintage applique there. And look at this from 1880, another one of these beautiful cupboard cards, and this was a smaller one, but look at the detail on the back. It is spectacular. And this is actually from England, sorry. Look at that beautiful woman. So I'm just tickled pink. And of course we have to get the Queen because it's a woman's journal, and that is a vintage playing card. And then I just made this tag out of antique music sheet from 1909. And then also this piece here, which is quite old as well, from the 20s, and that is a just got some great women's images and advertisements there as well. I think she's gonna really like it. This is a stamp from 1939, and that is Princess Margaret and Princess Elizabeth before Princess Elizabeth became Queen Elizabeth, so more women there. Another woman here on this stamp, quite spectacular, from 1939. These fell out of a antique book, and I forget which book, but I've been saving. They're quite precious. And this here is from another scrapbook album. I love the textured paper. You can see where it's come off of its rings. And this here is 51 years old, and it came from a Victorian paper doll book that I found in an old bookstore, and I just love it. And this tissue here came from a protective covering on an antique book as well. And then on the side, I just put this cute little piece here from the 1940s. Isn't that great? Just some interior spine from this book. That's all I could save. And just another little woman here doing her shopping. Antique paper on the back, fun cluster. This is just a really cool design here on this vintage book page, and she can journal on that. Another family woman here. Pretty doily pocket, and just another beautiful piece of antique book page that she can journal on. This came from an antique photo album, and she can use either white pen or put her own photographs there, which I thought was pretty fun. 1970s chantilly, so 50 years old. Beautiful feather and some vintage crochet. This is more of that scrapbook album. And that is from an antique book there. A Wonderful Day. I just love that. I pulled that out of an antique book. This here is a beautiful plate. That is a portrait of a young girl. And then over here we have a woman weighing gold. So two lovely ladies there. This is from this book here, this plate, Joan of Arc, one of the heroines of this book. And then this is the image of a woman here from a vintage tapestry. And I just love it. So she can journal under here, but I just think it's so pretty. And then under here, I pulled this image here, Women Skater from 1870. Isn't she awesome? We like our skaters up here in Canada. And here is another page from this book, Presentation of Columbus to Ferdinand and Isabella. And then this gorgeous antique page here, The Winning of Barbara Worth, early 1900s. And then I left this page blank for her, or this pocket, sorry, because she has her own ideas of how to fill this, and then she can add some things under here too as well. And I want to leave her some room to decorate it herself. And because a lot of us have mothers who are our own heroines, because it's Mother's Day. And that is just a beautiful card from the 1930s that I pulled out of an album. Only a Beam of Sunshine, early 1900s, more antique paper flowers. This is so cool. This is from 1950s, and this is from the Connie Francis paper doll kit. So I have two paper doll outfits in here, and this one is quite spectacular. It looks like she was going to the Oscars with it, maybe. Secrets of a Beautiful Life up here, more antique paper, and the key to yesterday. So I hope she loves it. I want to thank her for letting me commissioning me to make this for her. It was an honor, and I'm going to pop that in the mail for you, and come back soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye for now.